need to learn these 4 intelligences if you want to succeed in the Western industry. Robert Kiyosaki talks about the 4 intelligences needed in succeeding in a certain passion or industry. These intelligences are your mental intelligence, which is your research, your physical intelligence, which is doing, your emotional intelligence, which is your belief, and your spiritual intelligence, which is your understanding. Learn these 4 intelligences, you can do anything. And here are my 4 ways to incorporate this if you want to be a prominent figure in the Western industry. Number 1 is the mental intelligence, which is your research. Research is really important because you can get lost. There is 1,000 different jobs, 1,000 different ways to make it in this industry. It's a big industry. You need to learn who's hiring, where you get jobs, where you find jobs, what kind of jobs there even are. Skills of the trade. It goes on and on and on. Every day you should be getting on YouTube, you should be getting on Google, ChatGPT, and researching and asking questions and finding the answers to these simple questions. Building off of what you learned in your mental research, and which you should continue. But building off of that, you have to learn your physical intelligence, which is your doing. This is taking crappy jobs. This is if you have a horse, riding it every day, buying a rope and using it every day. This is putting in the reps and the work in order to have the skills that are needed to be hired and to do the work. This can be harder because it takes more in order to be able to do this, but like if you're trying to be a rancher, you have a lot of stuff to learn because you have to know how to do everything to be a rancher. But you just have to go out and do and actually practice the things that you're learning with your mind. These last 2 intelligences you have to learn are a little bit vaguer and might seem less important. But your third one that you need to learn is your emotional intelligence. This is like believing that you can make it. There's a lot of people who will hate on you and put you down, but if you are learning your skills and you're learning what you need in your mind, then you can do it. But you're going to have to learn the skill of believing. You're going to have to be emotionally intelligent enough to brush off what other people say, all the naysayers. You're going to have to figure out how you can do it on your own and not listen to them. People will try to hate, and you have to believe that you can make it and use your emotional intelligence to override that thing in your brain saying that you can't do it. And finally, of the 4 intelligence you have to have your spiritual intelligence. This is another vague one, but when you really break it down, it makes a lot of sense. It's a hard industry to make it in. There's not a lot of money in lower, like cattle production. There's not a lot of money there, and it's not an easy life. There's bad conditions that you have to work in no matter what, and there's just lots of things that make it not an easy life. And this is where you have to understand why you are doing it and what is making you want to do this. And it takes something from you in order to get something from the lifestyle. So you have to understand why you're doing this, and you have to work to build your belief of why this is worth it and why you should be doing this, and just build that spiritual understanding and intelligence, your spiritual intelligence, to know what it does for you. It's a hard life, but it's better for your mind, it's better for your soul than any other thing you could possibly be doing. So I'm young, and I came from a family that doesn't have a bunch of acres and a bunch of animals and stuff, but I'm doing my best in order to make it in this industry. I'm implementing these 4 intelligences and things, and I'm learning them every day in order to make it in the Western industry. And I believe that if you do this too, you can make it also. So try implementing these 4 things and see where it takes you.